Hello. I'm Grunksy. Hello. Bye-bye.
Hey, what? Hey, do you mind? This is my show. My show. Oh, hello, you.
Hello, you.
Hello, you.
Hello, you.
How are you doing?
I'm
Hey,
alright.
look at this reprobate who's turned up. Anybody would think you were excited about something. And you went, Jenny, I'm so excited. I've got to come and visit.
Well, when I woke up this morning, nothing was happening, and then I rode through rainstorms.
You did. It even penetrated your romper suit.
I was very moist.
Yeah.
I was very moist.
Wait a minute. I haven't turned the train on. We've been so engrossed talking about development.
Exciting development.
You talk to the nice people.
When I woke up this morning, there was only one option available for anyone that wanted a new tooled Lowmac. And then 10 o'clock hit, and Ellis Clark trains just went, no, we've got one as well. And we have them here. We didn't have them this morning. They were announced this morning, 10 a.m. And I said to Jen, I'm going to go to Skipton. And I'm going to go...
Did you skip that?
I may as well have done. And I'm going to get some. Do you want to bring them over? And she screamed, yes,
Yeah,
oh yes.
I think there was a squealing, some kind of ultrasound squeal. I'm like, oh, yes, please.
Could be heard from miles away.
Yes.
And I have to say, they're very impressive models. When manufacturers just don't... Oh, my God.
My goodness, that's the sound Jenny made this morning.
They don't do that anymore. They don't just go, here's a model for you. It's here. I think we've gotten used to the whole, let's pre-order this and wait 16 months.
The idea of pre-ordering has been such a big... Oh.
Something's jammed. But the idea of pre-ordering has become so ingrained now. We just sort of expect it.
Right, pull it back towards you.
That is we're just having a momentary
it won't come. It does not want to come, and everything's coming off the track.
Okay, that implies that something bad has happened under the bridge. Can you stick your hand in that little crevice over there?
We seem to have had a crevice-related incident over on the train.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah. That sounds like it's well off the track. I'd love to go over and help.
Meanwhile, whilst we're waiting, let's see who's on the
all
track.
off the track, every single one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go over.
So you go and do a thing.
Go and fix this
You
while
go
Craig
supervise.
tells the story.
I'm going to tell you all the story.
And while they're on, Craig is going to talk, and we're going to say hello to everyone who's in the chat.
Yes.
Right, okay, so you do that, right? Okay.
Oh my God, that's not going to go off again, is it? Oh, dear me. So, who have we got? We've got Leslie Gilpin Railways, Richard Swiderski, Mark Lane TT120, Martin Shipman, Andy Friars Junction, Ruben Ashwell, Cameron Patterson, Nick
Gerolimo.
Valley 56, Awesome Bricks, Plymouth North Road Station, Arronville, Trevor Vale, Mark Wilson, hello Mark, Simon Train, Cybertrain, whatever we call this week, Ant Knill, Zantec, Patrick Lane, Archie Models, David Watts, New Model Railway, Ben of Tullet, Ben, just someone called Ben, hi Ben, Ian O'Brien, Warbler Productions, JL Railways, someone called Shaw, a reprobate called Peachy TT120, quite clearly not worth mentioning really, Hermitage Road, Marcus Muggings, Fly Mode Chairman 1, hello sir, Bubsy Junction, Dion Wilson, Nigel Cole and Mel's, as well as other people.
Oh, hello everybody.
Are you sure that's on the track?
Yes, I'm sure. Now don't touch it.
Nicholas
I'm not going to.
Bletchton High Level, hello Nicholas. My voice has gone funny.
Let's switch over to this and see whether we can see it. To
Have
see
I
what
cropped
we
one
can
off?
see.
Yeah, I have, but
You had a pump and dump scheme.
a pump and dump.
That's weird because it's now not working. Could you give it a little bit of a nudge backwards?
About the GT3. The GT3 is having a bit of a strop. Was there any protrusion in your tunnel?
Yeah, give it a. The issue.
Look, I've been working on the railroad all the live long day.
Give it a push the other way.
You didn't say that.
Yeah. Having a few technical issues as usual, mostly because we were sat up here gassing away,
Yes.
not noticing the fact that it was awwfully quiet up here.
Absolutely, no train.
So Are we? Yes.
Stormy 69, Stormy 6. Hello
There we
again,
go.
mate. You okay? Great to see Craig. He's a genuine, honest person. Thank you. I'm glad to see the propaganda has worked. Super. Excellent.
Yeah, checks in the post.
Marvellous.
We've had a pump and a dump, but we didn't put it on YouTube.
Yeah, and it wasn't from me either. Oh my word, what's going on
Well,
here?
it's something being a bit of
It's
a.
that GT3.
It is. It's being a bit
It's
nuts.
not happy. It's misbehaving itself. So, yes, anyway. Oh my word. Jen,
Yes.
what else is in the news?
Well,
What else has happened?
unexpected. I think the big thing is that unexpected
Unexpected item in
the bagging
the bagging area.
Yeah, very much. Actually, that GT3 is going to have to get changed. It's starting to irritate me already.
I'd stop it and bring it off before it brings
No,
something else on.
So yeah, basically Ellis Clark trains the Lowmacs, and this came out of the blue, and all I can think is that somebody at probably quite a few people at Ellis Clark Trains probably had a little bit of a moment a few weeks ago when the Rapido Lowmac turned up, because knowing how. You know what? That thing's has annoyed me for the final time. Knowing how long these things take to make, they would have been well on when they found out.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Just talk to the nice.
It's not
people.
like you can just wake up one morning and go, here you go, let's make this model. They will have
Well,
both been in tooling for a long time.
To be
and
fair, they probably did at one point wake up this morning and say, let's make this model. But it wasn't in the last couple of weeks.
No. And of course, manufacturers do talk to each other usually, and it's one of those.
Well, no.
things,
Can I
isn't it?
just correct you on that?
They're not
They
allowed.
don't. That's the thing.
They're not allowed due to rules on cartels.
They genuinely don't know what each other's up to, and that's that's part of the rules of things.
If they talk to each other about what they're going to make and then decide who's going to make what based on what everyone else is
not happy,
doing,
is it?
then it actually counts as a cartel.
That's not happy at all. We're just having some technical difficulties with the.
yeah,
This is what happens when Jen spends all day gushing over something and not getting ready for the show. Put a grunk on it.
RG models, the GT3 is causing confusion and delay. Well, we were already confused.
That
So
is
it's
true.
just adding
It doesn't.
to the,
It doesn't
to
take
the
much.
confusion.
It does not take.
Eventually,
much,
when we get things back on track, we'll be having a look at the new offering from Ellis Clark Trains, or Clark Railworks, as to its official title. Of course, Clark Railworks is the anything below O gauge, and Ellis Clark Trains is anything O gauge and above. So,
Oh, does that mean at some point we might actually see an Ellis Clark 1-to-1 scale? And he's just going to build his own gronk.
it wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know why you build your own Gronk, given that there are still quite a lot of them around.
There may be many others, but this one is mine.
This is my
This is
growth.
my Gronk. Right, so I think this is number 36.
Is that a black one now?
Beep beep.
Yeah, let's.
We're now trying a different GT3.
This one's not sound fitted.
This one's an LMS one. Hopefully
LMS
it behaves itself a bit more. And we will eventually get to the lovely Lowmacs.
Yeah,
Nah,
meanwhile, back at the
let's
ranch.
just spend all night trying to make a train work.
Yeah, well, you know,
That
fully-
sounds about right for this thing. I am also recovering still from a weekend on the lash, shall we say.
Oh, we had such a good weekend.
It just stopped.
Well, that means it's a dead spot then, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go in and clean something.
Oh dear me, it's just
You get in there, you little
a
scrubber.
comedy of a comedy of errors this evening with ill-prepared track work. It would seem. It certainly
Jenny
is
didn't
causing
clean
problems.
the railway before the show
But I suppose
started.
this is the problem when you run trains on your live stream,
Yes.
as opposed to just waffle on, is that things do tend to, what shall we say, go awry
Yes.
at times. Oh, just there you go.
It
Thank
really
you.
does
Perfect-
not like it tonight.
Perfect demonstration. There we
It
are.
does not want to play it now. This is the thing. Get a gronk on it.
Something shorted out then.
Yeah, I heard
Something's
that.
shorted out again. It's red light again.
Yeah.
Something over yonder.
Yeah, I did hear that.
Are we yonder?
Something yonder, like yonder. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Aye.
man.
Aye. Scanning our eye. Well, let's like...
This is quite intriguing.
Evening, John James C, the guru of all the sound. Hope you're well this evening, sir.
Tonight on the Monday Club, Jenny's having a bit of trouble.
So what's actually? Let's have a look around. What stopped and where?
Everything stopped
Everything
everywhere.
stopped everywhere. Yes, absolutely. Well said. Zoe.
Everything everywhere all at once.
Everything's gone.
I
But-
did hear that kind of like zip, zip.
Yeah, something's definitely zitting when it should be not zitting.
So let's just see.
Well, we'll get to the bottom of this eventually. Would this be a good time to mention we have a sponsor this evening, anybody?
Oh, well, good grief, we haven't even done the intro yet.
Should we do an intro? Let's do an intro, shall we?
Roll VT!
Hit the lever.
Yeah, knowing the lingo is brilliant. Hit the lever! Welcome to the Monday Club, your online model rail club for all the news, gossip, layout tours and more with your host, broadcaster and model maker, Jennifer Kirk.
The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey.
Welcome back, everyone. We're currently having Jenny's booked cam because we're having a few technical issues, it seems. Stuff has gone wrong here at
We're chasing down a random, mysterious short circuit, so it's a case of pull everything off now, the way matron, move that because that was just ever so slightly across.
And again, I just like that weird sound is just...
Let's check the comments for clues, guys. Yes, we've had a couple of donations. Thank you so much, guys. 3B Rail, thank you so much. Sent in £10 and says, "Evening, Jenny, Zoe, and Craig.
Much.
A small donation to the GT3 Replacement and Restoration Fund. many thanks. Excuse me.
Bless
all
you,
you
my
do
child.
for the hobby.
Bless
Oh,
my
thank you
child.
so much.
Shortbread is very generous to donate £2 as well.
Says he's the shortbread connoisseur. 156
Absolutely.
Andrew, the Shortbread Express.
Thank
Thank you so much, guys.
I do like a bit of shortbread.
We do appreciate it.
We
Thank you so
like
much.
a lot of
shortbread, we
shortbread,
just don't
actually.
like shorts.
Skipsy Trains, good evening, chaps. Hope you are well. Very well indeed, my friend. We are just currently trying to locate a short circuit which randomly appeared. Everything was working fine, and then it just wasn't.
Yeah,
And we don't know why.
Something's on the track, and we don't know what it is, and it's caused a short, and it keeps jumping from place to place. Now, Jen has spent the last couple of days adding extra things into the thing, so I'm wondering whether one of them caused a bit of a blip. But it was running at the start.
It is. There is. It's coming from behind here. Have you had things around here today?
But nothing's been touched.
Everything's been
Well, there's
touched,
wire in
Jen.
there, that looks quite loose. Okay.
No, that's all above board.
No.
Was
This is
What about under the tunnel? No, nothing's fallen off. Does that any of you know?
that's an interesting point. The tunnel was where it started.
It was. The tunnel was the
but
root
we're
of the
hearing
problem.
the sound from somewhere back here.
So,
Nick, I will call you Nicky G from now on, Nick. Garulmo. Garulmo? I can't.
Nicky G in the house.
Nicky G. Respect, absolutely. And of course,
Jordan
Yeah,
Hunter,
I've
thank
been
you for
fitting.
being a member for a month. Thank you.
happy 1 month anniversary, mate. Well done. Excellent stuff.
Have we turned the plug off and on again?
Can you just hit and press?
I will press and hold the red button for several seconds. Did it again, didn't it?
Yeah, but not from over here.
It's over yonder now.
Right, try it again.
Okay. Pressing the button. Nope, again, something over here is not happy with the setup.
It sounded like it was coming from somewhere under here.
Eventually we'll get this show on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been one of those days, hasn't it? We've had a lot of rain. Most of the trains in the actual area aren't working.
Ivor Von's on. No, we haven't lost any magic smoke yet. Hopefully we won't do.
I mean, this is saying it's definitely on the main.
It lasted longer that time.
I honestly,
we don't know.
We just don't know. We just don't.
I've got an idea, Jen.
What?
How about we do the news and then you come back to it while you're mulling it over in the back of your head?
That might be an idea, actually. Yes.
Where did that sound come?
Over here.
It sounded
Take
like
all
it
the
came
locomotives off.
Do you think it's something to do with this thing?
Oh.
What? I'm just wondering.
No,
it's all for there.
Use the Birmingham screwdriver. What is a Birmingham screwdriver?
Is that some kind of hammer?
Chainsaw.
So tell them all about the Ellis Clark Lowmac.
I have to say that I was incredibly impressed when I saw it in the metal, if you will. And I recently bought another Lowmac from another manufacturer, and that was indeed a very, very, very good model. I do think, though, that the Ellis Clark one does ever so slightly have the edge for a few reasons, which we will get into a bit later on. But I think the most important thing to remember here is that both of these models will work well on your layout. And they'll... Oh, that went bad again, didn't it? And they'll both look at home in a train you might form on your layout as well. Both have got the option of a preserved example as well as LMS, LNA, and what have you. So there's a lot to look at. I think once she's finished digging around trying to find the short circuit,
it's starting to really irritate me.
We've noticed.
I think we're going to have to cover the show, and Jen's going to have to deal with that.
Yes, I've just.
We have a certain thing in this house. It's called Jenny getting fixated.
Yeah, and this is it now. This is the welcome to the Iron Horse Railway show.
There's an issue. Jen must fix it. It's again weirder. Can't blame her for it.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to get mine out now.
But hey,
I'm going to get mine out. So this is
the
one of the ones that I picked up, and this is the olive green engineering one that we have. Plenty of weight on the model for a start off.
This is the Ellis Clark one. Yes?
This is the Ellis Clark one, absolutely. And one of the things which really surprised me is if we have something sharp and pointy, I can show you this, but we don't have anything sharp and pointy at the minute. But sharper and pointy than that. That might work actually. Is these tie down eyelets, which look to be moulded, are actually posable. If I'm very, very careful with this, because I'm not the most dexterous of beasts. Just that 1 second. I need to get a bit more purchase on that.
How about I hold it at one end?
Yeah, so I need to get a bit of... Here we go, right. So, the eyelets are actually posable. If I can just get... So you can see there, look, they're actually etched brass, and you can actually just bend them enough to put your hooks in place. And then that will mean you can have a load on there properly displayed and tied down. Now,
that's incredible.
Ellis Clark don't advertise this as an outright feature because obviously they're very delicate components.
Yes, you can try it if you want, but they're not going to say, "Hey, have a look at this," and flap about with it.
So don't sit there all evening and pulling your ring. Because if you do, you might find your ring falls off. But there's just enough play in there so you can get a bit of chain in there, or a bit of rope or something. You can have a load on there, so like an engine or something like that.
And that's in double O.
That's in double O. This is ridiculously well detailed.
Oh my goodness.
On the underside,
The standards that we're getting to with these things these days.
pay particular attention to the coupling, boys and girls. So we have here a proper NAM socket fitted to this, and it's flush with the saw bar as well.
Wow.
This means that you can actually just plug any sort of coupling in there, and you're not limited to the traditional tension locks like you are with other models.
And it's flush with it. That's amazing.
It's flush with it. So when I fit my magnetic coupling to this or my KD couplings, the couplings will be at the right length and it'll work really, really well.
That is superb.
The other thing I was taken by is the detail on the planking as well.
Mm.
I mean, you can't really see it too well on this camera, but we've got markations there for what I think are screw holes on the wooden planking. The riveting really impressed me on this metal plating.
And of course, we're going to see some nice close-up shots on your review when you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm doing a review, and I think Jenny's got a couple of samples to review as well. We've got a few more livery samples of this with us tonight as well, folks, so we're going to take a look at those all the time. We've got 6 with us here today, and we're going to have a look at a lot of them once Jen manages to fish herself from the layout in it. So for now, we'll pop these away so it doesn't get dropped, and we'll go into a bit more detail a little bit later on.
That is I keep saying it. The standards that have come up now.
Oh, we are spoilt for choice. We really
are.
We are in the age of the almost like the Renaissance, really.
Yeah.
Of model railways, and what we've got in terms of detail and quality for ready-to-run models coming from all these, what I'm going to call almost like a cottage industry manufacturers. We've got so much coming through, and it's nice to see it. It really is. One second, I've got a screechy nose. Terrible. I'll put these sharp, pointy pincers down.
Yeah, you don't want to end up accidentally scratching your nose without.
Have we got any closer to a diagnosis, Doctor?
No, it's still mystifying me.
I genuinely don't know what's happened because we've not been up here.
Yeah,
No.
literally, you watched it. It was working, and then it wasn't.
And then something derailed over there, and then that was it. It was the. Are you sure nothing under that bridge?
I'm going to check again.
Something might have happened there.
But it's making that weird buzzing noise somewhere around here. All I can think is that I've been fitting Cobalt slow-acting point motors, and the little metal bits that you cut off and trim to length. Can I just squeeze past you there? I've got a magnet here.
Does that wagon come with load Clark Railworks? So the Clark Railworks one does not come with a load. However, in the box you do get the extended. Is extended the right word? The correct size.
He said extend.
Brake pipe working for EM gear. So if EM is something that you're into modelling, that's already in the box for you there, so you can do that as well. Ellis Clark did say about they thought about putting a load in there, but let's be honest about it. There's so many things you can actually put on the back of a Lowmac. And there's so many companies out there, like for example Western Wagon Works, who make brilliant 3D printed things like engines and boilers. There's already quite a lot of choice out there. The load you can put on the back of your wagon, so I can see why that they opted not to include a load, because that's just going to add more cost and bulk to the finished model. You really don't have much luck with this, are you? It's coming from over there, Jeff. 100% it's from back there.
I can't see anything under the bridge. Jen, I don't know what to say. It's like there's
some kind of fundamental fault.
The fundamentals.
It's not a locomotive. I've pulled all the locomotives off one at a time.
What about these two? What were these two? Will it?
No, they haven't even moved. I mean, I can take them off the track. I mean, this is like.
What about your class 13? No.
Again, it hasn't really moved. Let me just move some of these off the track and try that. Again, it's like that. I hear that little buzz
over here.
I heard it from over here.
I can't tell where it's coming from.
It
feels like it's moving.
Very, very, very favourite.
Yeah, it does feel like it's moving because
Awesome Bricks. The Lowmacs are retailing for £40 from Ellis Clark. at the moment. They're actually available to order now as well.
Yeah.
Funnily
Again,
enough.
it's somewhere over here.
Well, weren't you telling me earlier on, Craig, that when you went in to get some, and that guy turned up 5 minutes
It was
later
really
and
funny.
bought some more?
I arrived absolutely head to toe soaked because I obviously got there on my motorbike, and I'd been in the shop maybe 5 minutes, and there was a chap straight through the door wanting to buy one.
Aha.
Ooh,
What was it?
I need somebody to find button number
how do we do that?
7
How do we do that?
on the Alpha Central over there. The
Over
7th button. They're all numbered.
Number 7.
Number 7. Press
No,
the
they're
button.
not.
Yeah, they bloody are. From the left.
I've got it. Right, button 7.
Yeah. Press. And press the other button.
7.
Interesting.
I don't know what was wrong, but it had caused a fundamental short. The blades were actually switched the wrong way. But we never heard that point motor do its thing.
No.
So
No, but we were talking.
no,
We
you'd
were
have
gassing.
heard that.
We were gassing
You would have
quite a
heard
lot.
that.
Right, it's now on red.
That's because it's thrown.
Yeah, don't worry.
Because
Don't worry.
that's
Okay,
fine,
I'm just
isn't
telling you what colour it's on now.
So the
Are we
mystery
okay now?
fault, can I just say, was caused by a point that for some reason was set the wrong way, and we
Well,
do
what's
not
the
know
point
why.
of that?
I do not know why. So now that we've got that, I've taken everything off the track.
Yes,
here.
you have. But
So-
that's what happens during testing.
Yes, I don't know. What did I do with that?
I have absolutely no idea what you did with anything. But there we
I
are.
certainly haven't put it in my pocket.
No, that GT3. I don't know. Does anybody know what? Oh, there it is.
There we
The
are.
Soviets built a 414-4.
Yes.
Didn't work well.
Blimey,
That seems a bit big.
I'm not
Wasn't that the one that was
surprised.
nicknamed the Centipede?
The inhuman
The,
centipede.
the thing about it was about getting huge amounts of traction. It did have a lot of tricks to get round anything other than straight track, but it was built for a very specific purpose that I think it was quite successful at, but you couldn't, it wasn't very flexible.
We've got trains running again. There we are.
Yes.
Everything's
The centipede was a
slowly back
Baldwin
on.
diesel.
There we go. So we'll be able to actually
I
crack
think
on now.
that actually, Centipede is a nickname for quite a few different
Ben
big
Davis,
locos with
in
lots of
terms
wheels.
of the news of quad arts from Ellis Clark Trains, keep an eye at Getz. All I can say, safely say for that at the moment.
Although he was openly saying to people something.
Yeah, there were things said, but I'm just not sure if I can blatantly just say what was.
We don't go into details unless we know. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yes. Right.
So, Jen, we have a topic for today, and we will be also giving away some
Oh
guest
yes,
tickets.
we have
yes.
some. Right, so if you tuned in last week, you remember that we had very generously, in conjunction with Hornby magazine, we gave away 3 tickets for the Great Electric Train Show in Milton Keynes in 2 weeks. It's just 2 weeks, and there's oh my word, Ellis Clark Trains.
Something
Hello
may
there.
be coming
There,
up in the
there,
coming
Alex.
days.
It's like, ha ha, they're talking about us. But yeah, no. So, really looking forward to this. Actually, it is a stunner. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Something went. Psst. Sorry, we. I honestly don't know what to think about this.
Okay, I have an interesting question, and I don't know whether this will be possible or not.
Oh.
Oh, careful, Jan.
Yeah, sorry.
Is it possible for a short in a DCC decoder to send a signal that could cause a DCC operated switch to switch?
I don't think so.
No.
They usually just trip out the power. And I am intermittently hearing that fizz sound, which is...
Yeah, I heard a fizz and a blip.
So I need
Yes.
2502.
We'll see what happens.
Wow.
Okay,
Kill
25.
points on
The
a straight track.
414-4 killed points on straight track. Only ran once.
Oh, right. So,
Once was probably enough, really.
Yeah, he wanted a bigger train than the Americans had, and he got one.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Yes, and then he
10
went,
minutes.
okay, that's right. That sounds a bit like the story of the Decapod. It was to prove a point, but actually wasn't very good at being a train.
So, yes, ladies and gentlemen, because of the success of giving away 3 tickets last week,
We've got 2 more.
yes, we've been asked to give away 2 more.
They were
and-
very pleased. They said you're very good at giving away stuff for free, so here's some more.
So, here's the thing. Jen and I have had family round, and we've been out to see a comedian, my favourite comedian, Steve Hofstadter. It was amazing. So, we haven't thought of any questions. So, if you just send the word Gronk in the
It's the
subject
phrase
line,
that pays.
and the word Gronk in the actual email to zoe.robinson@gmail.com, then you're in with a chance to win. So I'm going to put that into the text as well, into the chat.
The chatteroni.
To be in with a chance of getting tickets.
Oh, for God's sake, you stupid layout.
Send email zoe.robinson@gmail.com with the word Gronk in the subject line and the word Gronk in
Because
the
you know that
email
gronking
body.
is the phrase that pays.
I'm really looking forward to the Great Electric Train Show this year. I've just got a feeling there's going to be a load of exciting announcements and developments.
Yes.
And a lot of projects that have been quiet, and even a few that haven't been mentioned yet.
Secret project. Oh, we like secret projects.
Oh, we
Absolutely,
do,
yeah.
rather. We do.
we love a
do.
good secret project.
So, one of the things that I actually want to do tonight
It's
is...
beatboxing, it ain't no thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of changed everything that we were planning on doing. The fact that these Lowmacs have turned up. It's the inaugural wagon from Clark Railworks in Double O.
Yes.
Right, Steph,
And
first one,
it is quite an interesting wagon. So I've decided that we are going to do a full video on Friday here on this channel. So stay tuned for that. And I do have 3 examples.
John JMC will be at Getz on the Hornby magazine stand.
Ah, yes, he will be. He will. So
Every time something makes a noise, we're looking now.
we are rather.
Is this
Stressing
one
out.
supposed to be moving?
Nope. So anyway, if we could have the special camera.
The special cam.
The special
The
cam.
special cam. The
So
camera.
earlier on, Les Gilpin asked what version of the Lowmac this was. This says diagram 173.
Oh, hold on.
Oh.
As soon as we were trying to do that, this train went, oh, I see you're busy and preoccupied. Freedom!
I'm going to mess about because I'm
So I don't know too much about the actual prototype of this particular
And
one.
you know what?
I just know they were
perfectly fair.
about the place.
It's perfectly fair to not know too much, as long as you say you don't know.
Yes. So here we are. We're going to try and do a live unboxing. So this is the Clark... No, without the music. This is the Clark Railworks box. Actually, I really like these. One of the things, I think, with a lot of new manufacturers coming on the scene with ready-to-run models, is having that distinctive box that you immediately see, especially when they become second-hand, that you see and you know from a distance. Anybody who collected Hornby 00 will know that the blue and white and the red and white candy stripe boxes are very, very eye-catching, and my dad and I were very good at spotting those from the other side of an exhibition hall. So the one I'm going to show you, and there are a lot of different versions, and anybody...
13, apparently 13.
And can I just say, anybody who's worrying that there's duplication with Rapido, actually, all of the running numbers of these are different to the Rapido running numbers. So there's no duplication between the ranges. So this I've got here is Engineer's Grey, which is a nice, interesting livery, it must be said. Inside the box, we've got a full set of instructions for the detail pack, and there are some separately fitted parts. So we've got, if I can fold all this, Howard.
This,
That's it.
ladies
It's a
and
very
gentlemen,
thick
now
card.
you see why I gave Jen a rostrum camera and told her to film things herself so I could edit them later.
Yes.
Every time I get the camera in position, she moves the thing I'm trying to focus on.
So we've actually got posable eyelets. I think you've mentioned this, but then we've got
Absolutely, yeah.
all the information. So some of the models have both vacuum braking and through air pipes. Some of them don't. There's extra brake rigging if you're wanting to convert these to EM and P4. It's all taken care of. So I'm just going to get the wagon itself out there, and I do need the extra parts. I want to show you some of these. So interestingly enough, out of the box you can see there's no couplings fitted, but we do have a NEM pocket underneath here. And one of the things that I really liked about this is that that's where the vacuum cylinder would go on the vacuum fitted versions of the Lowmacs. And there is actually a representation of that underneath the NEM pocket. And one of the things that they do give you is vacuum cylinders that fit in the NEM pockets if you were using something like 3-link couplings. So,
that is amazing.
So it is, it's an unusual feature, but it is there if you want to go for the full prototypically correct.
It's quite clever. It's nice to have the option there, isn't it, out of the pack?
It also, can I just say,
idea.
I mean, I know 3-link, people who use 3-links are very much in a minority, but you know, you might have this in a display cabinet. Might be another reason that you might make use of that. And I like the fact that it neatly does two things. One, it gives you that prototypical look with the vacuum cylinder, but also two, it deals with the NEM pocket because it slots into there and then you're not going to see that. So I've got the couplings out. We've got slimline tension locks, and I'm just going to see how easy these are to fit out of the box. Just slide these in. One of the things that you sometimes find is that when there's all this rigging and everything, that it's quite difficult to get them into place, but that does seem to have gone in quite well. It's firm but fair, and I'll just slide that in again for the other end. Just gonna very carefully slide that in. And on the underside we've got the Clark Railworks branding there.
Is that embossed, the branding? Is that, it looks...
It is embossed, yes.
Oh.
So just a nice little feature, and there's no planking or anything on the underside. But I've often said you're never going to really see it. You do have all the relief detail with like the riveting,
which you will see, because if you look at it from top down, you will see it.
If you look from underneath, it is possible to actually see. In fact, yeah, you can see that the cross girders are actually slightly higher because they would have been a plate that was riveted on. We've got the vacuum brake across here, so you can see the pipe that goes across the vacuum cylinder. Imagine that being where the couplings are. And there is a representation of it, as I said before, but it's obviously a compromise to have these couplings in. The wheels are actually fitted into brass bearing cups, which means that these are very, very free running, and they're not going to slowly ream themselves out, which can be an issue with wagon wheels that just go straight into like a plastic W iron.
If you're having a lot of fun, you run your favourites all the time, it can cause an
believe
issue.
me, I've got some Bachmann 16-ton mineral wagons that have been run extensively for nearly 25 years, and there's a lot of slop in those wheels because they've slowly reamed themselves out. In terms of the finish, we've got a lot of raised riveting detail, and this is fully die cast. And one of the ways that they've got the weight in, we have actually weighed these. They come in at pretty much, according to the spring balance that I've got, 50 grams. Now, there's a little asterisk there. Not sure how accurate my my little balance is, but we did compare it to the Rapido one.
That camera, Jen.
Oh, sorry.
You're looking at the one I've got pointing at the thing. That's the camera you're talking to.
Okay, thank you so much for making me look like a muppet.
Well, but, didn't take much.
Yeah, so we have compared it to the Rapido wagon, and bearing in mind that the Rapido one that I've got has had the wheels fitted, although they're moulded out of plastic, it's not that heavy. The Rapido one weighed 53 grams, this weighed 50, but again, the little asterisk, the Rapido one had the wheels fitted, the wheel load. So we're going to say they're probably about the same weight as each other. Both got die-cast construction. The eyelets on these are all actually posable. What Ellis has said is that, if you sit there flicking them backwards and forwards, they are going to break off, because the idea is that they come flat on the wagon, but if you put a load on and actually sheet it up, use something like a fine thread to sheet it on, then you can pose those eyelets at the correct angle and actually even tie the thread round them. The idea, I guess, is that you load it up and then tie it, and that's how they stay.
Absolutely.
We've got the full plank detail on these, and there's plenty of riveting as well. I do like these kind of kick plates, which are on the angled part. These go over the wood, which just protects it when they're loading and unloading stuff like vehicles and such like, and plant. And the riveting detail on those is actually really nicely done. Something which I will point out is not present on the Rapido version, but I will say up front, I don't know enough about Lowmacs to know whether there are differences between different ones. So, there's usually a little bit of minor variance between wagons. And I will add, they don't look mismatched. If you put a Rapido and a Clark Railworks Lowmac next to each other, you're not going to be disappointed by one or the other. They do actually compare reasonably well, but there does seem to be a lot more finesse of detail on the Clark Railworks version. The printing too is really quite exquisite, and on some of the different versions we've even got chalk markings that are represented. Oh. Now, one of the things that I will say with these is that the designer of these is a lady called Nikki. So, it does seem to be a bit of a buzzword thing to go on about, the influential women in the hobby. But actually, I'd argue that the influential women in the hobby are actually people like Nikki, who did the design work on these.
Apparently it was Holly.
And Holly
did all the artwork for the chalk marks.
So all of the livery, the artwork for that is done by a lady called Holly, and the design work of the wagon itself is done by a lady called Nikki. And it goes back to something I said, actually I think it was last week on the Monday Club, that there's a lot of women in very influential positions within the hobby who actually get on with doing stuff because they are incredibly talented. They're doing it because they are the best people for the job. And that's the kind of inclusion that I like. That
Absolutely.
They're because they are the best people for the job. So when you see the Clark Railworks Lowmac, know that it's two women on the design team did the design work and the artwork. And so there you have it. Women in the hobby making an impact, being incredibly influential. It's got full sprung buffers as well. I'll just show off those. That is the same. If you are wondering, the Rapido one does have sprung buffers as well. And there's a wide variety of different liveries. We can go back to the main thing.
Go on then, press the button.
Oh, press the button. So
we'll show you some of those liveries a bit later on as well.
I just realised there was a magnet stuck to it. I don't think that the Stream Deck would take kindly to a magnet being stuck to it for a while. But there we are. And yes, so Timberserve says they shipped Nikki in from an island. Which island? What? Island? But also, Awesome Brick says Airfix give you a Dr. X rocket load. Ah, yes. Mark Bentley says power to women and full diversity. James Pett says I approve of this version of inclusion. Absolutely, and it's what we said before, is that we've moved on from this. Oh, we need like single sex spaces. No, haven't had single sex spaces and since I went to school, and I didn't particularly like it then. So I think we don't need to.
Although I will say one thing.
Mm?
The gender-neutral toilets at the club we were at last night were freaking disgusting.
Yeah, can I say, gender-segregated toilets, still well on board with that. Yeah. I don't want men peeing on my toilet.
All you're getting with a gender-neutral toilet is the disgusting from both ends of the stick, if you will. And it's
Yeah,
just-
and trust me, having been to motorway service station toilets, there are some women who are minging as anything.
Yeah.
When they go to the loo, they like to leave a mark.
Ellis
I don't know
Clark
how
trains
they do it.
says Nikki and Holly are incredible.
Yeah.
And they've put their heart and soul into what they do. And you know what? It's apparent when you see it. It
Absolutely.
really is.
Absolutely.
And Timbersurf says, I think the Isle of Wight. Sorry, I was thinking like Lindisfarne, Rockall, Jamaica. But no, Isle of Wight.
That reminds me of a brilliant joke. It's a historical one as well. It's fantastic.
What other livers have we got to go through then, Jill? What are the three? We've got
Go on then,
more
before I
than
tell my joke.
Well, the ones that are going to appear on Friday in my video, you're going to see the Engineer's Grey one again. I really like that livery,
It's lovely,
actually.
isn't it? It's very nice.
It's kind of like a nice understated livery, and it's perfect to go with. I've got a number of Gronks, actually, in kind of Engineer's Grey livery. I think they'll go really well.
Tim Marsling, sorry, Jill, yes, they do have a proper NEM socket.
Yes.
At both ends, just so you can use
So if
any
you
couple
want to add KDs, I know that's one of the things that does come up. KDs, easy peasy fit. Then I'm going to be doing the Satlink one. This is probably the most eye-catching livery. There is a Satlink livery available in both manufacturers' Lowmac range. But I've got this one that'll be in the review. And it's one of those really pretty liveries
It's quite striking.
that really does stand out. There's been a lot of special commissions. I think Model Rail magazine has done quite a few special commissions of Satlink liveried coaches and wagons. So that's going to be a perfect shoe-in with those. Now, Mark Wilson, the waxer of the DeLorean, was saying about a diesel gala. It's it disappeared off the top, but I think it's all ready to go to a diesel gala.
Very good. Now, Jen, we'll come back to the Lowmac a bit later on as well, but didn't you say you had some news to share about another retailer joining the discount scheme?
Oh, actually, yes. It's not a retailer. It's a model rail club.
Well, a railway club.
And for their exhibition, they're offering a whacking great 20%.
20% discount.
20%. You have to be wearing the Monday Club pin badge.
Craig, do you have a Monday Club badge?
I do have a Monday Club badge, yes.
You do?
Yes,
Excellent. So
yes.
we don't have to give you one today.
So let me just
Hey,
let me
also,
just double
you don't
check.
need a badge.
Right. So this is from Exeter Junction Model Rail Club. It says you can add Oakhampton Model Railway Exhibition to the discount scheme. It says we can add 20% discount on the door to get in.
Nice.
And they're also going to look and see whether traders present at the show will offer discounts as well. But
20%
we don't know it yet. Assume not, then you won't be disappointed. But yeah, 20% off on the door is a great discount, and I think that
Jen,
is.
I'm so proud of you for doing this.
Oh, thank you so much.
It is good because it's a way. It's a way to
It's
give people
about
something.
giving the community something.
excellent.
Yeah.
So, Jen, you're going to keep your further samples under
Oh,
close lock
no.
and key, then, are you?
Oh no, I've
Is that
also
right?
So I've got the Satlink one, and the third one that I'll be reviewing is BR Bauxite, but this is post tops, so it's got a 3-letter tops code. So you're talking about this would be a 1970s sort of livery.
You've managed to get something with a frickin' tops code.
Although this is
Of
actually,
course she has. Of course she has.
It's Jenny Kirk. Of course it's got a tops code.
yeah. Let me just. I've got a stray.
Oh, thank you so much, Simon Trains.
Oh,
Remember,
thank
for
you
5
so
months.
much.
5 months, mate. Well done. Excellent,
Oh.
Simon.
I'm just going to try and. I've got to wait for the
So, could you
parcels
pass me my
train to
2
go
boxes,
past.
please? So
could.
I've got some of these wagons as well, guys. And I'm going to have a video out a bit
You
later on
guys
this
seem
week.
really happy with these.
I've got a Lowmac in bauxite as well, but I've also picked up
Yours
the
is a
LMS
slightly
grey.
different box.
It's a slightly different box, but I've also got this LMS grey one, which I'm going to be taking a look at as well.
Oh, very
And
nice.
I'm going to be directly putting these wagons head to head with the Rapido ones as well, so do keep an eye for that. I'm going to march on later on this week.
We've got a degree of lateness here. Says Avondale and Halshaw Engage Railway. Says evening all.
Evening all.
Suggesting late arrival.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf.
So,
What
also,
about that joke that the cupboard monkey was trying to tell?
No,
No,
we
no,
don't.
no,
We
you
don't
don't.
need that. None of that.
None of that rubbish.
You're okay, Gandalf. Off you go, love.
Only me
Yeah.
and Gandalf
Get out
want to
of
hear the
all that.
joke. Oh, that's
Now,
terrible.
can I also say as well, we've kind of been blindsided by this amazing announcement.
Yes.
But there are also other announcements. Now, what I will say as well, that Daypol have put out some information on the 4800/14XX and the 5800 class 042 auto tanks. They're showing off engineering prototypes of these.
Ooh.
This is a 00 gauge 14XX model, all new tooled. It says the design team are currently reviewing and testing the sample, whilst artworks are being finalised to allow the factory to produce decorated samples, and they will share the artworks once they are complete. But they've shared some images of the EPs.
Right, so I have to find these?
Yes, they're in my Facebook Messenger.
You have a book made of face?
Yes, I do.
My goodness.
Oh, yes, sorry.
I believe that's the Necronomicon, Jen. You want to be careful.
So, let me just pass that to you. There you are, suckling on the teat of the National Grid.
What?
Yes.
You heard correctly, dear.
Yes, you did. You did. Indeedy doody. It's all go, isn't it? And I must admit that's probably one of the locomotives I've seen people ask about so many times. Just a quick reminder to people: we are giving away 2 more tickets to the Great Electric Train Show. So that's right. You have to make sure that you can get to the venue. And as we said before, don't just email, go, oh yeah, Gronk, and send that to the Cupboard Monkeys email address. If you can't actually use it, let's make sure that these go to people who can use it and enjoy them at the Great Electric Train Show. Now, the MK Dons are playing at home on Saturday again, like last year. So there will be provision laid on. So essentially what they're going to have is a car park somewhere else and then bus people in.
It's also worth mentioning...
Bus people?
There
People who are also buses?
Yes.
My goodness.
Holmby have also put on a free shuttle service from the train station to the venue as well.
So if you're arriving by train, that is catered for as well. Sunday parking is not an issue, but on Saturday, just bear that in mind. Now, I know that the actual Worley exhibition with Statfold Barn at Statfold Barn is on the same weekend, and what a lot of people are suggesting is that if that's going to be a problem for you, then actually you can do both shows and do Statfold on the Saturday and the Great Electric Train Show on the Sunday, if you're planning on doing both. And that's probably an easier way round to do it. Warbler Production says, I can get to Milton Keynes by train on the Sunday if I win a ticket. Planning on going to the Worley show on Saturday. Fingers crossed. So you just need to send the phrase that pays, Gronk, to Zoe at Zoe Robinson.
No, zoe.robinson@gmail.com.
Sorry, I just nearly had people emailing your personal one. So that's just gone into the chat. Big hello to New Junction. Now, I know you don't need tickets because you're going to be there as well. There are quite a few YouTubers that are going to be there. Now, will you be gracing Getz with your presence?
I will be gracing Getz, and also, if you look on my channel, I'm also giving away 5 tickets. On the 1st of October, I'll be doing the draw live, and you've still got a chance to win tickets on my channel.
So if you don't win tonight, there's still more chances.
Absolutely.
Yes. So there we go. So Sarah Davis says, I don't think parking will be a problem. I mean, just how many fans of Port Vale are there? Half a car's
New
worth.
Junction says, I'm not going if Craig's not. Yeah, but won't you get shouted at by your boss if you don't?
Yeah,
turn
see,
up? I mean, you are kind of sponsoring the show, aren't you? Akira Scale are sponsoring.
West Hill Wagon Works are now. I've yet to 100% confirm this, but I may have to give away more of the Weir Yard plaques for free. Now I've got to confirm this, so don't assume they're going to be there because it's all down to the generosity of West Hill Wagon Works. Now we're going to try to show. I did actually keep 3 samples. That's not the sample.
No.
No.
That's the one I can get closest to with the
Yeah,
camera.
so that's the design.
I still have
Do you? Well, I've
Safe.
look to your right.
Safe.
Look, ooh, I've got one each of all the 3.
Unmolested.
There's
3B
a
Rail.
bear, and there's the other three, yes. There we go.
Yeah, New Junction says main sponsors. SHGP Media says I be there. I YouTube. I do YouTube. Nice price. John JMC, our guru of sound. Great to see you. Hope you're well. Zantec says they're playing PVFC from. That sounds like some kind of double glazing manufacturer.
John JMC says, Craig, look at your phone.
Port Vale Football Club.
I'm looking at it, mate. You
Yeah,
know what?
Looks like a phone to me.
Instructions unclear, mate. What next?
Yeah, that's like when your check engine light comes on and you just whip the bonnet open
it's
and go,
still there.
it's still there.
So, Jen, what was this about an engineering prototype? Is this the one I've got on the screen right now?
Yes, so let's just bring that up. So, there we go.
Boingo,
This
boingo.
is from, that is
That's
nice.
from John JMC.
Oh, that is very
See if I can get
nice.
that up. No, it's not there. Do the thing.
Very nice, John JMC, our guru of sound. You've got to do the hand actions. So there we are. This is the all-new class, O-gauge class 4800/14XX and 5800
Right,
class.
before I start writing down the entries for the tickets,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to go and get a drink. Would anyone like anything?
I'm good. Technically, I've still got my Coke.
We have tea, coffee.
I have a Coke. Madden Steam Rail, it says, nice to see Laurie from the Great Mechanical Marvels with you again. It's always good to see other Monday Club members on your channel. Absolutely, we've done a big collaboration.
We can't say what it's going on with, but look out for the middle of October.
Yes, TMC were very keen on getting in some top skilled YouTubers, but unfortunately none of them were available, so they got a whole bunch of us.
Reprobates, really.
Yeah, it's
Reprobates.
we're the B team.
Basically, one
We
step
learned to
shy of
shoot
being on
straight.
the Dole, really.
Peter Jackson Cheadle Heath, big hello to you. Oh, we got PVA J Cloth Allen. Hello, great to see you. It says, oh, good evening, Jen and Zoe. Also guest.
Guest.
You've been downgraded to guest. And all good fellows in the chat. Oh, we've got the good fellows in.
He's a good fellow.
Yeah, no. They go around. It's like a family. Right. So, anyway, so that's the Daypol announcement. And they've also shared livery renders on, I think it's the class 3-2 something or other. It wasn't the 3-2-1, was it? The Dusty
3-2-1.
Bins. Yeah, so there's a lot going on, but of course, as we said before, for those who's just joining us, it's the Lowmacs from Clark Railworks.
Go on, get it out. Get it out.
So, which liveries have you got?
I have got my super secret special liveries. I've got. Do you know what? Shall I get mine out?
Whip it out.
Shall I whip mine out? I think you've seen my olive green one earlier, but I'm going to get the LMS grey out because that's quite a nice one.
John JMC, our guru of sound, also reminds us that you don't forget you can buy a YouTuber from Model U. Bet you got worried then. No, but you can get Craig, myself, the Cupboard Monkeys there, New Junction. I think there's Little Wicket as well in the mix.
Who's got a little wicket?
I don't know. I'm sure O'Neill might be there as well. That Model Railway guy. I'm sure all of those guys.
There's always magical zoomy camera.
Apparently, the body is on backwards. No, that's how the auto tank looks.
That's the LMS grey Ellis Clark. Lowmac.
Spongate Junction says TMC are going to fit my class 37116 with sound and have done a couple of my locomotives.
Nice.
And don't forget that the Monkey of Madness and myself will be at the Great Electric Train Show all weekend. We are embedded with TMC, the Model Centre, doing live streams from their stand. So be there for the first on exclusive interviews as well as full coverage of the show. So look out for us there. John JMC, the Guru of Sound, says LMS for the win. Yes, there's an LMS version of the... Ooh, where'd you get that from?
Found it in the fridge.
Oh, that must have been Dave left that behind. Dave. Edwin's Models Lifestyle Unleashed says, Model you haven't done me yet. I'm a tiny YouTuber. Tiny fish. Will Tucker says, my partner wore his afro for his Model U scan. I fear it broke their program.
I broke their programming as well because my camera had a weird Thing on top.
A weird thing.
Aaron Vale says, I've been scanned 4 versions of me by Model U. 2 standing, 1 sitting with a drink, 1 leaning on a fence, stroke bridge rail. Sarah Davis.
Bridge rail, my goodness.
And Sarah Davis reminds us that Charlie wins YouTuber of the Year at the Great Electric Trade Show.
Yes, so we'll be at his celebratory drinks.
So there will be celebratory drinks. So
I actually did. I actually made a joke Facebook event for Charlie's.
Yeah. Did you have many people say they were going to be there?
Quite a few big names have already RSVP'd.
Oh, excellent. But Charlie, if you're watching, it does mean the drinks are on you.
Yes, so bring the big credit card, mate.
Yeah, the perks of being a winner. But that's it. I was like, so he gets to keep it now. So 3 in a row.
Aronville says, thanks for the Monday Club badge, using it at Great Eastern.
Oh,
very
brilliant.
good,
Yes.
excellent.
Yes, they sent us a picture. It was nice to see you.
The proof is in the purchasing pudding. There
Of course, don't forget there are a variety of discounts available for in-person shopping, both in shops and at shows.
Mark Wilson.
For wearers of the Monday Club badge.
Mark Wilson, what sort of model you are at Getz? Are they at Getz? I can't remember.
Don't quote me on that, actually.
Richard Watson, you're supposed to know these things, young man.
Yeah,
Are model you there?
SHGP Media says, did you say where we're having Charlie's celebration drinks? Usually at the bar in the hall during the evening. So that'll be on the Saturday. They've got a lovely bar going. Charlie is picking up the tab on account of the fact that he's the winner. Charlie sat there going, what? Nobody told me this? No, it's actually a free bar, I think. But Nigel Cole says, I voted. Excellent. Tim's Model Hours in different videos says there's no trains running on the viaduct line. I know it's here. It's been naughty, so it's in the sin bin.
Sarah Davis says, on the floor of the bar eventually. Yes, you behave yourself, Sarah.
Aaronville reminds us, YouTube meetup, bar 3 at 2 p.m. This is Timbersurf who's been organising this. I think Timbersurf does organise it every year. Actually, it's a yearly thing. I know that I've been to it at least once.
Is there a minimum subscriber thing before you're allowed?
No, I don't think so. Aaronville says I voted for you. Boom! Of course, everybody who voted for me. Then it's always pleasing to come second to Charlie. Always. I just don't want to be last.
As a gentleman, remember Charlie does come first.
Valley's 56XX says, I voted for Jenny. Oh, thank you so much. Naive Gauge, 2 p.m. on Saturday. For the YouTuber meetup, yes. Right on Track says, Model U will be at Getz. Maybe we could see about a Jenny and Iron Horse related giveaway.
Ooh,
yes, we could do that.
Who's doing this? What have I done?
Model U. I think that is Model U. Where's it gone?
I've missed it.
Right on track there. Model U will be at Getz. Maybe we could just about to go off the top. There it is. Just gone off the top.
Let me just see if I can just do this
Aaronville says not in. Oh, sorry, just. You've gone up too far. A lot too far. Yeah, Timbersurf's done it for the last 2 years. Right on Track says we are there as guests of another trader attending. So there we are. So Model U are there. I don't know if are you going to have your scanning booth? So John James here, Guru-san. It's all good. They're there as a guest of another trader rather than having a stand in their own right.
Oh, very nice.
I don't know if they're bringing their scanning booth. So if you bring a new scanning booth, do let us know. Ivo Van Zon said, browsing the Model U catalogue, it's clear they let the dogs pose with food, especially the Labradors. I'm starting to lose my voice, so Craig, if you could chip in. SHGP Media says, I'm there as a VIP. I bought the VIP ticket, but I'm VIP. Madden Steam Railway says,
Pixie.
I have voted for our Jenny too. Nobody else does Model Railways better than our Jen. Oh, thank you so much. Present company accepted. Look at the face on that.
There's a face only mother could love. It still doesn't.
Well, I always used to say, can I just say, when I was working on radio, I always used to jokingly say I had the perfect face for radio.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Right on track says Scanner will be there but we do not have stock this year. So
Well, you can
I'm
still get
guessing
some
so you can
scanned
get scanned. You just you can't buy the model from them, but there will probably be traders there who do carry stocks. So
Oh my goodness! Just imagine that if you got scanned in some stocks.
Stock of stocks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go. There's a good idea. Bring a little like stocks and pillories. I think that name might go down well.
Yeah, we might even let you back out.
Sarah Davis says, I miss Craig's weekly rants on his channel. Even if it's not trains, can you rant about something else on the regular? I don't
Well,
know.
you could rant
If I
all
rant-
about how you weren't nominated. I think this is criminal. This is.
Well, you know, I can't help it if Hornby magazine is short-sighted. I can't help that.
You'll be there next year.
They will eventually realise their grievous mistake.
Have they expanded the number of people in the shortlist, or did people like not turn up in like who were nominated last year, no longer nominated this
I
year?
haven't got a clue, but I think if someone's nominating you, it's a bit rude not to. You know,
Yeah.
you're going through the trouble of being nominated. At least you can do a show.
Mark Wilson, the waxer of the DeLorean, says rant about the Labour government. No politics. No politics.
I will
we
rant
do
about
do
this
politics,
big-
just not
big
here.
Yes, we.
rainbow flavoured happy.
Rainbow flavoured.
Not my cup of tea at all. I want to go
Yeah.
back to the cafe
So
ranting.
can I just say, right, just dragging us
Can
back
I have
on
the hat, please?
Yeah, there
Because
you
that's
go.
what the nomination.
Oh, is that why you brought
Can
the
I-
hat up?
Yes.
I thought it was just for me.
Please, can I drag us kicking and screaming back on track?
Oh,
here?
if you...
What is our topic tonight? The
Right.
biggest regrets? was
biggest,
it?
best and worst decisions you've made
Yeah.
while model railway.
to come here?
So what were your best decisions in the world of modelling, and what were your worst? And I think everybody can probably relate to both of those. There's always something where you start work on a project and it just doesn't quite hook up.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is going to be an absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And you look at it and it's like, there's a point where you think, I've invested too much time to bail, but you really know you should.
I had that very recently. As a lot of people know, I had a brief dip of the toe into Engage. And I built
Yes, you
a
did.
full layout and I got loads of stock. And then about 8 months into it or whatever it was, and I thought, this is just not for me.
Which
I
is
could not
sad
get
because
on with
Engage
it.
is the best.
It is lovely, but I just couldn't twig with it. I like
didn't
shunting
gel.
and playing things. I like the fullness that comes with the larger scales and double O and O gauge and everything else. There's a weight to them. There's a purpose to them. For me, Engage is just a little bit too. I don't want to say gimmicky. I don't, because that's the wrong word.
So Peter Joyce,
but it's just not right for me.
it's just gone off the top. I missed it.
Peter Joyce is doing what now?
I don't know because it went off. There we go. Worst decision, not big enough. I think everybody can relate to that. Doesn't matter how big you build your layout, you always need more space.
That's right. If you want to buy my former Engage
Right.
stock, it's available. It's available.
Grab
over
the
at Soil
mouse,
Models.
Jen. Just grab the mouse.
Yeah, it's just otherwise.
Yeah, I'm trying to do the names.
I know you are. Simon Train's Mother Railway Showcase says, my worst decision, bought a London and South Western Railway 700 class, thinking it was a London and South Western Railway T9.
Oh.
I mean, in fairness, the 700 class isn't a bad model, but yes, very
But when it's
different.
not what you were wanting, it's a bit
Very
different.
different from a T9. Best decision, buying the London and South Western Railway 700 class. So there you go. It is a good model, and they actually do quite often come up at a really good price.
Sarah Davis, have I considered TT? I did, but again, it's the same the same thing. The readiness and the attention that comes with modelling in double O.
Yeah.
For me, was just too great to ignore.
Timbersurf says, having Monday Club in a small room with Craig. Actually, Craig's been pretty good. You know, he gets a bad rap, but actually,
Craig's a
he's-
good lad. Let's not have any bad things said about him.
Anthony says Craig and Zoe need a TT layout. Just saying. I do have some TT. I've still got the set with the A4 that
The
we did the review.
TT120 is superb.
Yeah, and Andy Fry.
Can I finish this?
Sorry.
I genuinely think if I hadn't gone into Engage, I would have gone into TT because it is so good.
Yes, you have got a nice set of TTs. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Ooh, matron. RG Models 86 says best decision getting into the hobby in the first place. Absolutely.
Oh yes.
Richard Knoll says the only politics should be. Don't move it when I'm reading it.
It wasn't doing the
The
thing.
only correct politics is that we don't like what happened because of Mr. Beechegg.
Yeah. Don't move it when I'm trying to read it because now I have no idea where that was. Sarah Davis says, I know I restarted with N-Gage after having a heart attack and not having much space. Sorry to hear that,
Oh,
but
my
it does
goodness.
mean that you can run full-length trains. Madden Steam Railway says, you might be interested, if not surprised to hear, that I'm having a late holiday in Brighton. Brighton is a lovely place.
It really
I'm
is.
letting the train take the strain because my car is out of time with me. Oh. But no, Brighton is really, really nice. We've been there quite a few times.
Yes, we have.
And it's just a lovely, lovely city. It is a city.
It's a city, yeah.
And yeah, arriving by train. I've gone to Brighton on the train twice now.
Yeah.
Also driven there. And it's a
I
lovely,
don't
lovely
recommend
place.
driving there from where we were in the northeast. It's a freaking long way.
Yeah, that was quite an epic road trip that time. Simon Pitcher says, worst was giving up modelling LGB. Still have all the boxes in the loft.
What is LGB?
It's
Lehman
Lehman Garten Barn.
Yeah.
Ah,
It's the big garden railway stuff. It's so good.
Madden's. Oh, sorry, I just read that one. Yeah, Andy Fryer's Junction. It's just reminding us that some of your N-Gage is still for sale. So if you want your own little personal slice of Craig memorabilia,
There may
then
still be
Sawyer's
some of the
models.
set left on them as well.
And also, if you do go in shop, don't forget that there is a discount if you show your Monday Club pin badge.
Right, before you go any further,
Yes.
can I just remind everyone that there is still time. We'll make the draw at about 8:45 for the two tickets.
8:45 for
Still
the two
time.
tickets for the Great Electric Train Show. Just remember, before you actually submit the phrase that pays to the email address, please make sure that you can actually use them. That's very important. Don't email in if you've got no intention of going, because it's much better to let people who can use them have the use of those. We gave away 3 last week, and we're giving away 2 this week. But don't fret if you don't win one of those 2. Then our Craig here has 5 to give away.
That's right. There's
on
a
the
video
was
on,
it first?
on the 1st of October at 6 p.m. I'm doing the drawing of the winner. You can still enter. If you head over to my channel now, there's a video on there which tells you how to enter. Very simple. So if you don't win this evening on Jen's stream, you still have a chance online. So do
Absolutely.
keep that in mind, guys.
And Great Electric Train Shows always a great.
It really is. It's an
No, because
event.
they've got Making Tracks
Exciting.
again, haven't they?
Hey, this is part 4 now.
Part
This
4.
is the new and exciting.
And, I mean,
version.
it
Do you
was-
remember when they said they were going to stop?
Yeah,
I think we all knew that wasn't going to happen.
I think there was much laughing that happened. Right, so Mark Bentley says, my renewed interest in the hobby has helped me focus through my cancer journey, and
Oh,
your
my
show
goodness.
makes me smile.
Excellent,
thank you
excellent.
so
It's
much.
important
We
to
hope
have
you-
something to focus on.
We hope you get well soon, dude.
Absolutely.
And yeah, a wonderful toy museum in Brighton. A few people saying about that. Although Ruben Ashwell says, I used to live in Brighton and I've still not done the toy museum. Raymond Legg says a G-scale Monday Club wagon would be expensive. Don't forget, we've got O-Gauge and 00 available to order. We did share a link in the Monday Club Facebook group. I'm sure somebody will also share a link. They are strictly limited, first come, first serve. We are expecting them sometime in December, as is always the case with these. A little bit flexible.
Is that
on
the rectangle or the
both.
ones?
I think they're both due at the same time. Ben Tullett says worst decision is buying lots of models without a fully operational layout to run.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah.
I've got models out my ears. And
Yeah.
I still haven't finished the box file because Jen nicked all my stuff.
And can I just say, actually, one of the best things that I ever
Git.
did was build Grove Street Yard, which was my first layout, and my first proper
Yes.
layout. I had layouts before, but they were a bit crap. But Grove Street Yard was my first exhibition layout, and it kind of did focus me. If you have a layout it makes you a little bit pickier when you're buying stuff. Like, not always. There's always something you go, oh, shiny, shiny, shiny. But having that focus, and for me, it was more that sort of industrial end of railways, did help a lot.
Sarah Davis says she sent you an email about my video, Zoe, or something.
Fair enough. Raymond Leggs points out a T-gauge Monday Club wagon would be the size of a Tic Tac. It would mean that you could theoretically eat it.
You can eat them all. I just wouldn't recommend it.
Stop the press. Flymo Chairman 1 says, managed to get the Monday Club on Radio 5 Live over the weekend.
What?
Tell me more. I need to
Oh my
know.
goodness.
Mark Wilson, the waxer of the DeLorean, says, I have American N gauge, American HO, British 00 gauge, TT 120 gauge, and G scale. I definitely have an issue. Yes, you do, because you don't have either O gauge or 009.
Yeah, there's some scales missing, mate. For shame, Mr. Wilson, for shame.
Ham Shackleton, the link is pinned, or at least it should be pinned
What's
in the
pinned?
Facebook group.
In the Facebook group. Okay.
Yes,
Sam
yes, it
Hackleton.
is. RG Models 86. Yes, I can relate to this. The worst decision for me was collecting more than one scale. And that's always something, actually, which for a long time I always said rigidly, one scale or gauge. And then I broke that rule.
What happened
and it
to that,
does
Jeff?
get quite expensive. I had a garden railway.
009, that's what happened to that.
I know, 09. Somebody actually, I missed the comment saying that they got their discount with their Monday Club badge in Thunderbolt Models, another one
Fantastic.
of the model shops offering the discount. So thank you so
Fantastic.
much. Pedantic Mongrels Railway Channel says worst decision was not making a fuss at work when they decided to announce the 8-ton Great Northern van the same day as the LMS Hoppers. They are being greatly overlooked as a result. I mean, that's something actually, and I did say in my Rapido Roundup video last Friday, was that in some respects, Rapido have overshadowed some of their own announcements.
Yeah,
Rapido
they
managed to
have, yeah.
overshadow Rapido.
Yeah.
To the point where I forgot about the Great Northern Railway vans. And I got, in the comments, people went, there was another one as well. But there were so many announcements, it actually did get a little bit overwhelming. But there's some great pre-grouping vans and open wagons that Rapido are doing. I haven't really seen anybody talking about the Great Northern Railway vans, and I did actually mention the LMS Iron Ore Hoppers, and there's some great options on liveries with those.
It's just
as well.
a brilliant time to be a railway model at the moment.
Very
There's
expensive.
There is that, but there's so much more coming out.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. I love it.
So, Flymo Chairman, oh no, it jumped.
Well, while you're looking for it,
who's
I'll
this?
tell you.
Oh, my word. Thank you, Simon Snows. Very kindly gifted 5
my
Jennifer E.
goodness.
Kirk Model Railway memberships. Thank you
Excellent.
so much for your generosity. And don't forget that when you're in the membership club, it opens the door on a variety of exclusive perks. And of course, don't fret if you're not already a member. It's not obligatory, but it doesn't cost much either. I can't remember what it costs.
I can't remember either, but it gives
Like
you
$1 or $1.99.
it gives
something
you
like that.
access to the ad-free, so no YouTube ads on the Friday video.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a load of little nice emoticons as well.
Enwin's Models Lifestyle Unleashed says I'm going to have to return to my editing. Take care, one and all. You take care as well.
Take care, mate.
Have a great night, dude.
Ruben
Thanks for
Ashwell
coming
says
along.
bad decision. Only having temporary layouts set up. I wish I had the space for a permanent one.
Yeah.
Simon Train's Model Railway Showcase says Radio 5 Live. The cult of Gronks will be pleased. Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Gronk it up! Hashtag not a cult for legal and tax purposes.
It's just the wrong place to mention that. I'm actually not all that bothered about Gronks.
That was a bad decision.
I'm just
Oh,
not.
sure, yeah, everybody loves Gronks.
Everyone loves a Gronk.
Yeah, I just think it's more.
You secretly love them.
You know, but when I say it's not a cult, and then someone tries to leave like I just did that, and then you go, no,
Yeah, it's like,
by that.
would you like some Kool-Aid?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Well, it's not that there's nothing wrong with them. I don't dislike them. It's just I think, yeah, they're okay.
I love them because they've got character. They've got a nice shape. They're interesting to look at. And
I think that Class 7's got more better shape, personally.
Oh, I mean, I
Class
do
seven's
like. I
almost
do
a Gronk.
like.
Yes,
the
well,
Class
that's almost
07.
Gronk, yeah.
It's like a mini Gronk. It's a Gronk for going into tighter locations. It's like the terrier of
It's a
Gronks.
discreet Gronk. A discreet Gronk. Yeah.
Ben Tullett says, I will be looking to getting a secure shed at my new property when I can afford it. Excellent.
Marvellous.
I will be doing a small 009 layout to possibly become an exhibition layout. What I would say is you can never have too big a layout. Now, I have actually seen some really good ideas with regard to having an exhibition layout that also then kind of tacks on to your home layout.
Oh, that's an
So
interesting
you have a
idea.
little piece of your home layout you can take to exhibitions, but when you're at home, it's part of your main layout.
Plugs back in.
And
Yeah.
that way you have plenty of
It's the
operational
Nintendo
interest.
Switch of layouts.
Yes.
So we've had an email here from Will Tucker. He says, Gronk Gronk, hope you're all well. Thanks to all of you for starting and sustaining this wonderful Monday Club. You're very welcome, Will. Thank you so much. He says, eventually when I'm ready, I'll send some photos or maybe a video of my own layout.
I like to see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that'd
the
be
best
nice.
part about it, seeing what everyone else has.
What everyone's
did
doing.
Sarah send you? Sarah
I don't know, I haven't found that yet. I'm swamped with entries for the
Have we
for
got a
the
load
thing.
of entries, Zoe?
Just a few.
Oh, very good.
oh.
You've still got a bit of time to enter, guys, to win
Yep.
2 tickets to Gets this evening on the stream.
Tickets for Gets.
What is it doing?
What did you do while I was
didn't-
doing Control V?
Oh, you muppet! It went and you. Oh, you've broken the chat. Woo!
You've zoomed out.
Right,
No,
stop pressing anything. Stop pressing.
It's too zoomed out now. There you go.
There we go. No! You've gone in one too many.
That's a sweet spot right there.
So
That's a sweetie DT.
I'm just having a look. Fly Mode Chairman 1. I'm just trying to desperately find. So right. Fly Mode Chairman 1 says it was lockdown. What gets you through? It was a mention on Doton. I'm massacring the pronunciation.
Adio.
Adio's
Where?
show. Through the night. He seemed to know the name.
Haha.
Hopefully he's not getting it mistaken with that other Monday Club.
What?
You know, the one that happens behind the docks.
Behind the docks.
We don't talk about the other Monday Club behind the docks.
The behind
Is
the
that the one that? That's not the one that was available on Temu.
the one that gets sticky.
Yes,
So,
we're the Easy Wipe Clean Monday Club.
Oh my word!
The streaky free one.
I do apologise. I'm sorry. It seemed like a good idea.
The
to
low
invite
irritation variation. Let's put it.
Raymond, RG Mods 86 says I've got 7 scales in my collection so far. That's quite a lot.
Blimey.
Blimey, I thought I was bad. I mean, technically, there's N-Gauge, TT120. Those two, technically, I've got some. But I wouldn't say that I particularly model in those.
Well,
but
actually, if you think about it, if you're using the term scale, 4mm scale would cover both 009 and 00 gauge.
and then of course 016.5 and O gauge, same scale.
Exactly. So
And
if you look at it that way, it's not so bad.
Yeah, I suppose.
But if you look
so.
at it in a more honest way,
No,
she's got a lot of different things.
Honest way.
Right, I'm going to try and get back up to date. I scrolled back, so I wanted that reference. And you guys don't shut up, so I never get a word
I'm
in.
sorry, were we supposed to?
Shaky Hand Shed Model Railways. And we've got a few latecomers. Gandalf is not on the ball.
The
here.
Monday Clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Gandalf.
Gandalf.
Thanks, Gandalf. John JMC, Guru. Oh, God, yeah. 5-inch gauge Gronk.
Well, I bet that
I
leaves a
want to
mark.
build one of them, but
I
they're like
forgot-
$2,500 to get the kit.
Yeah,
So I'm saving up at the moment.
Can I just say I'd forgotten.
got 50p,
I'd
so-
forgotten.
Do you know what I want to
I'd
do?
forgotten I did 5-inch.
Do you know what I
gauge
really
as
want to do? I want to get a mobility scooter and build a Gronk around it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So I'm just gronking down the road on my little, that'd be amazing to do.
Yeah, I know, Anthony. I could have a small
Easy
TT
for you to
shunting
say.
layout. I do fancy a Gronk in a TT. Just it's like
the TT Gronks look amazing.
they do actually. Yeah.
PTTT 120's got a couple of nice ones.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and of course today, as Nick Bletchton High Level says, as Naive Gauge mentions, today is a sad day for coal-fired power stations in the UK because basically we no longer have
A
any.
moment of silence.
So was that Ratcliffe on Soar has
no
just
idea.
shut down?
No idea. No more coal trains. That's actually that's a little bit sad, isn't it?
It is rather. So what's Drax burning? Is it just wood pellets?
Wood pellets, pigeons, A4 paper, everything, whatever they come through in the furnace, really.
Because Drax is weird. It's a former coal burning power station.
It was Ratcliffe, yes, it was.
Yeah, so a part of me was trying to biomass values 56
I'm just not totally hot.
But yeah, I mean, a part of me does wonder whether it's wise to immediately be demolishing it. They're like literally swooping in to demolish it.
There'll be a car park up before.
Yeah, it'll be a housing estate. But there's a part of me. We do. But
no, we don't need houses. We need the ones at the town centres which have been ignored to be refurbished.
An RG Models at 86 says steel production in Port Talbot has stopped today.
Steel production as well.
Simon Trades Mother Railway Showcase says trying to demolish Ratcliffe Power Station will be difficult. It's right next door to East Midlands Parkway Station. And Leslie Gilpin Rails, yeah, I heard about this. Drax Biomass, green energy being shipped in from North America. There was a bit of a scandal that actually the wood that they were burning, the pellets, was coming from virgin forest, so actually wasn't green at all.
John's just sent me a picture of his large gronk.
Oh dear.
Wow, look at the length on that. Look at his hook.
Yeah, Mark Bentley says they import unsustainable wood pellets from the USA. It's...
Do you get the impression that some of these people that are doing this stuff know exactly what they're doing?
That's a large gronk, is that? Very nicely done, Mr. James C. Good lad.
But although I suspect the biomass will come from things like when they do forestry, all of the stuff that you can't actually do anything with. I suspect that's the sort of stuff, a lot of the stuff that ends up at Drax.
On fire.
But yeah, the fact that they're transported all the way across from North America, bit of a footprint. Electric trains are powered by nuclear, wind and solar. I think they could do more with stuff like solar and that.
I want a nuclear gronk.
Well, I think there's a lot of wasted real estate that would be perfect for solar panels and, in danger of straying a little bit into the areas that we don't normally talk about. But, when you see these solar farms and there's all the solar panels in fields, I can't help but thinking that there'd be better locations for some of those. Absolutely. Where I know a lot of people have said things like on roofs of factories, a lot of real estate, you could get solar panels on. There's otherwise wasted space. But also, I've seen like car parks. You could actually park cars underneath, solar panels on top, and it would have a dual function of generating power, but also shade your car.
Ham Shackleton says, who will be the first to fit sails to a Pendolino?
Although it's saying that it's not unheard of for a wind-powered train.
Wasn't there some that had propellers on them in like Germany or something way back in the...
No, I'm thinking of actual like a sailboat. There was one on the Spurn Head Railway.
How would that work inside
and
tunnels?
Another one on the Festiniog Railway for going across the Cobb. They would sail across. This is like back in the days before health and safety was invented.
Apparently Australia has solar powered trains. Interesting. They've got plenty of sun down there, aren't they?
Yeah. Tim's model railways in different videos says worst is clearing the track because I don't nail the track. It was dirty and dust on the layout. Best is running trains like Thomas and Friends, because I like the TV show.
Nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
I think we've all got a little bit of Thomas in us. Either from the Railway series, of course.
I think all of us grew up with some degree of.
You take that back. I never grew up.
Fair enough.
But no, I mean, I can remember, and this probably dates me, but when Thomas the Tank Engine first came on TV, narrated by Ringo Starr, and I can remember seeing the advert when they trailed ahead for it on TV, and I was captivated.
Yeah.
And I would be welded to the TV for that. And I loved it. With the I think they were like Gauge 1 models that they used.
It was fantastic. Apparently, they're now in a museum in Japan somewhere.
I can imagine.
It goes back to that whole kids' TV shows of being back in when it was actually made with real puppets and models and things. It was tangible. It wasn't just more 3D churned out nonsense. It was real.
Yeah, a lot of the CGI stuff is just like
it just looks
cold and
like chugging.
But that for me was a big part of it because that was a real model, and I could have a real model, and I could do real, and that was the thing.
But it's like Fireman Sam did the same thing. First few series, and it was like a stop motion. And
Norman Price, what are you doing with that
Norman
firecracker?
Norman Price, why you
what are
such
you
a
doing
prick?
with that petrol and a cigarette lighter?
Norman Price, you put that sheep down, boy. I've told you before.
Well, the thing that gets me about Fireman Sam is why do they always go to Fireman Sam like he was the only one with a brain in the village? It's like, oh, somebody's.
Apparently, Fireman Sam's original title was "Die the Fire."
Oh right. But it's like, oh, somebody needs rescuing off the mountain. Let's call Fireman Sam because that bloody fire engine will really get up the side of that mountain in a flash. Somebody's driving.
My shoes need lacing up. Could you do it, please? Because I'm thick.
Yeah. Oh, somebody's drowning in the lake. Let's get Fireman Sam. He can drive Jupiter straight into the lake. He'll sink to the bottom.
This is the very serious model railway stream. So, of course, we're doing very bad Welsh impressions of a children's TV show from the late 80s, early 90s.
Yes, Ben Teller, exactly. Where were the Pontypandy police?
The Pontypandy police were on a backhander.
And why
didn't have police, they had Fireman Sam.
I'm sorry, but why wasn't Norman Price in Borstal somewhere?
He's doing hard time, you see.
Yes. Mark
They
Wilson.
could have had an educational spin-off. Now count along with Norman Price as he cuts up these rocks. 1, 2.
They had a really
Norman Price,
problematic.
those mailbags won't sew themselves.
They had a really problematic Italian lady, didn't they? She was called that Bella Mamma Mia or something like that.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yeah, she might as well just be called a stereotype McStereotype. Nigel Cole says, did Fireman Sam and Postman Pat get on?
Did they get it on?
I don't know whether there was ever a crossover.
There should have been.
That would have been a crossover. I would have loved to see.
I would have liked that.
And
too.
then went to Sawdorf to put out a fire.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mark Wilson.
Post office.
Norman Price had gone to Sawdorf for holidays.
Can we
and
move
set everything
on?
Fire.
Right. Mark Wilson, the wax of the DeLorean, says, Gronks, did you know we still have 232 08s and 22 09s still in use across mainline and preserved lines? And does that include ones that are sort of stored but not in use? Because I suspect that there's a chunk of those that kind of just sort of sat around, not in use. I know when we went to, when I went to East Lancs Railway and got accessible area tour, there was actually an 08 just by the engine sheds.
Yeah, it was hiding in the
was
bushes
in quite
and saying,
a sorry
see me.
condition.
I need to go to the East Lancs. I've still not done it.
I said, lovely layout. Shaky Hand Shed Model Railway says, Fireman Sam went on an exchange to Germany. A local house burned down. Apparently the fire wasn't at the public toilets. He was told to go to the Schmidt house.
Apparently, Postman Pat and the newer Postman Pat stories, apparently, his post office is closed down.
Yeah, he works from a delivery centre.
He has to go to an Amazon fulfillment centre or something.
Please tell me it's done slightly tongue-in-cheek.
Well...
RG Models 86 says, what about Class 10s and 11s? I think the thing is, Class 10s, 11s and 12s...
Honorary class.
I don't think there's a huge number of them about. You're talking about probably maybe 20 across all of those left.
I like the prototype Gronks. The Gronks like Vulcan. The Keith Whirlpool Railway, that thing.
Proto-Gronk.
Yeah, Proto-Gronk. I like those ones.
Yeah, actually, there's some really interesting ones.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that didn't actually get tops classifications. There's some interesting ones on the Southern that had, like, the cab. It had, like, an overhang at the top, so that when they were buffering up, the driver was able to look down, and the kind of the window had, like, a little wraparound, so he could literally look down at the coupling and not get his head wet.
Sarah Davis, I saw your email, by the way. That's a really nice paint job on that car. That's really good. I like that.
Yes, Sarah Davis, I have seen the adult voiceovers to Postman Pat and Fireman Sam. Some better than others. Some of them are great. They voice our concerns well. Mark Wilson says Postman Pat's post office closed and he was in prison for fraud, but he's now out and awaiting compensation.
This never happened. He didn't run the post office.
No, that was Mrs. Goggins. Mrs. Goggins ran the post office.
She would have been in jail.
Yeah,
she always looked like a right and wrong 'un.
No, she didn't. She was like a really nice old lady.
Exactly, she looked like a right and wrong 'un.
Have you seen the band episode of Rainbow?
Yes. And it's not a band episode, it's one of their internal Christmas episodes.
It was,
for their Christmas party.
Yes, right.
Oh my God, Norman Price, what have you done?
You're sitting on those fires.
Right, anyway, enough. And my mum is currently sat at home going, "Oh, Les, we don't sound like that, do we?"
Your mum is not Swedish.
Refreshing.
As full fat. Oh, no. Do you want it?
No, I don't want it.
Oh, I love that. I've had a bit of this and I didn't like it. Do you want it?
No,
This is crap. Here, you have it.
Your COVID-infused drip. No, thank you very much.
Mark Rogerson says Mrs. Goggins is a literal icon. Absolutely.
I've got a package I'd like to give Mrs. Goggins.
Anyway, Nick at Bletchton High Level says watching on iPad and telly at the same time.
My goodness.
The X says the X-Ho is also. I think there's some kind of typo going there. Sounds like a cathedral of railway jibber jabber.
10 minutes left, guys, before we close the entry.
Oh my word!
It's coming up to that time.
Oh my, 8:30 already. How has the time gone so quickly?
8:35, absolutely.
Hey.
So
Leslie Gilpin Railway says, "Have you tried the blue Pepsi?" All I could think was, it tastes very blue.
Who remembers Tugs from 1989? Well,
yes.
I can't remember any Tugs, really.
No, I remember that because actually I think all of the models, the filming models, and it was very much out of the vein of that original Thomas the
Was
Tank
Tugs the
Engine.
one with the boats?
Yes. The models are, I think, the Midland Railway Centre. They're
that.
on display there.
I remember seeing some of it, but only as a video on DVD collection.
Oh.
Okay, we can't show that you've just said there, shaky hands, but thank you.
This is a family show after all.
Is it?
Apparently so.
Yes.
I wasn't briefed.
Yeah. RG Models 86 says, it was made by the same production company that did Thomas. That was Tugs. I don't actually remember Tugs quite as much. I think I was very much in the Thomas the Tank Engine camp. Craig, will you put your naughty mind away?
Happy Valley Hobby says, this American has no clue what a Gronk is. A Gronk is a short wheelbase shunting locomotive that has a top speed of about 20 miles an hour because they're not meant to go out on the main line.
Between 15 and 20, depending on which one.
They're for moving stuff around in small areas.
Each other person who knows to say.
I think I just explained it quite well.
Gronks, it's a nickname for in the same way that you've got things like Jeeps and such like in the US. The Gronk is just a nickname for a Class 08 shunter, but it does tend to get applied as well to outwardly similarly looking shunters like Class 09s, 10s, 11s and 12s. The nickname actually comes from the sound that they tend to make when they're trundling along, and it sounds a little bit like they're going Gronk, Gronk, Gronk.
Yep.
And I can't hear it though. I genuinely can't hear that.
I think it's because the big ends on the
side
side rods
when they power up, but I don't hear it.
It's the sound that it's the rods, the bearings on the rods as they're going round.
I can't hear it.
And I must admit, actually, having spent the night at Wilston Junction Shed, way long time ago, and I delivered some of the parts there. I was in a truck, slept overnight in the truck, and I parked up at Willesden Junction Depot. And they had a Gronk there that was shunting what was then Class 47s. And that's the noise it made when it moved. Most of the time, they left it running and it would just sit there ticking over. And then when they'd move it, you'd hear that noise. And it's not like obvious noise, but that's where the nickname comes from.
Gronky
but I am aware that in some countries, Gronk may be considered a rather rude word. But in the UK, it isn't a rude word.
Yep.
It just simply is. It's complete. As far as most people are concerned, it's a made-up word. But in the railway circles, it's the nickname of the Class 08 shunters.
My legs want to sleep.
And we've kind of just adopted it as being a de facto catchphrase and such like here, because we quite like the shunters.
5 minutes left, guys, for your chance to enter into the next competition.
5 minutes, Slim Shady, 5 minutes.
Mark Bentley, I'm not sure that. I think it is in another country, maybe Australia or it may be the US.
It's Australia.
It might be Australia.
And it's the reason why our T-shirt is called Diesel Shunter Lovers instead of Gronk.
Yes.
Because I wasn't allowed to call it Gronk.
Maddenstein Road says, time flies when you're having fun, Jen. Absolutely. It's like a particularly good Monday club this evening. Oh, thank you.
Oh.
And by the way, Gronks are only allowed to travel at a maximum of 15 miles per hour. I think
thought
there
it was
some,
20, but yeah.
Some that could do 20.
They're
but generally
the sports
50.
ones.
No, but if anybody's wondering why, the reason is the actual traction motors. Now, what you've got to remember is that there's effectively an electric motor that is driving the axles, and if you spin an electric motor too fast, and they are quite big, heavy things, they can literally explode because of the centripetal acceleration, where effectively it rips itself apart because it's spinning too fast. Now, for a Class 08 shunter to have the tractive effort, the pulling power that it has, those motors are actually spinning quite fast and are then geared down. So if the Class 08, for example, overspeeds when going down a hill, that motor is being back-driven through the gearing, and it's not unheard of for an overspeeding Gronk to suffer catastrophic traction motor failure for going at speeds. I've heard of them actually reaching like 30 miles an hour.
Terminal Gronking error.
Yeah.
On Train Simulator 4, you can drive a Gronk and it will go faster than 15 mile an hour.
But,
and I didn't know this, I thought I'd done something wrong. I got mine up to 35 mile an hour and it just stopped. and I couldn't figure out why.
What, as in it just went stop dead?
No, as in like an alarm went off and it shut itself down. And they've programmed the shutdown into it. That's really clever.
Apparently there were certain turns where going downhill, shunter drivers on the main line would let them freewheel with gravity as a co-pilot. And the very rigid speed restrictions were implied because of traction motors exploding. And when they do explode, they cause a lot of damage because effectively it then will seize up, it'll jam itself up. And you can end up with it kind of locking an axle, but the other axle's still trying to turn, and then that in turn shreds the rods.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah, you don't want a terminal Gronking error.
Is that why they have to put them on skates when moving them around between depots?
No. The Class 08s would just trundle between depots, but these days, if they're going any great distance, they tend to move them by road.
Yeah.
Now, you could disconnect the final drive, and I think there's like a gear that you can unlock, and it slides out of the way so that the motor is no longer connected to the wheels, and you could then move them in a train at something like 25 miles an hour. But the actual final drive had to be disengaged.
2 minutes
If
until
the rods
tickets
were
are
then
gone.
removed as well, I think they could be moved at anywhere up to 60 miles an hour with the traction motors disconnected and the rods removed, but don't quote me on that.
Okay, 2 minutes until we finish. Finish the contest for winning the ticket.
It's gone quick this evening.
It really has. So, if anyone is watching this on catch up, the lines will already be closed.
Yes. So I'm going to let you pick 2 out of the hat.
Ooh.
Give them a good rummage.
Ahoy.
2 from the bottom.
Mark Wilson says 08s can be turned up to 10, but 09s can be turned up to 11.
Well done, Mark. Thank
Yes.
you very much.
Very nice.
Super.
Right, so I have 2 minutes left.
2 minutes.
2 minutes for
2
Grant.
Ian Turvey says Monday Club badge ordered. Thank you so much. And yeah, RG Models 86. I don't know where it's gone either. Well, we did have that massive short at the start.
That took up a few thousand years.
That did take up a little while. I did get distracted. And we've also talked about the Clark Rail Works
Beautiful.
Lowmac. Really caught us unawares.
Yeah.
At 10 to 10 this morning, we were not aware of these. By the time the Monday Club rolled around, we had 3 of these each, and we were all ready for reviewing them.
You had 3 of these each. Your bank balance was crying.
I have to say, I wish more manufacturers would take a leaf out of Ellis Clark's book here.
Yes.
Because it was just nice to wake up and go, oh, by the way, here's a model that nobody knew about. Come on, buy it. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
and
you could. And
it's just there's a little bit of a disappointment going, well, we're going to make this model, and it'll be here in 2 years' time.
And sometimes it plays to that impulse purchase.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I think if all the manufacturers did it would probably get a bit manic. But every once in a while, thank you, Ellis, for bringing that kind of that adrenaline rush, the impulse purchase back.
Genuinely, I've not been excited for a long time.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, hey, it's the tumble of clowns.
I believe the clowns have now announced that the lines are closed. We now have everyone in the hat. And
who's in the hat? Everyone's in the hat.
We have the hat. We have a lot of names in the hat.
We do actually.
I'm
Yes.
going to insert my hand into the orifice, and I'm going to remove.
Shove it in there
I'm
deep.
going to
And
remove
JL Railways says
Have I
just
got
bought
one there?
a new
I
DCC
don't know.
Dynamis Ultima. Proper
I think I
excited.
have. Okay, so I've got the first name from the Hat of Justice.
The hat of just. Let's have a
And
look.
it is.
Ew.
Oh, it's upside down. Okay. So we've got Dale Williams, Wardle Productions.
And he was saying, I can get the train if I win a ticket.
Well, you've won a
Dale,
ticket. There you are.
you
Dale.
don't show off his email address.
It doesn't have it on there. Doesn't have it on there. I just write the names on.
Yeah.
Oh right,
Sorry,
so
I'm not an arse, Jen.
show it. I thought.
Honestly, woman.
I saw the @ symbol and thought it was his email.
You know what
address.
thought did, don't you? There we go. So
Yeah,
well
yeah,
done.
yeah.
I'm proving
So-
to the boys and girls at home that we're not rigging this.
Absolutely. We never rig it.
So we'll put that to one side. Well
Yeah.
done, Dale, mate.
Tim Maslin says, I wish more manufacturers and retailers gave the ability to pay monthly for pre-orders and in-stock
I do
items
like
like
that,
a
yes.
Curascale and KMS Railtech makes it a lot easier for modelers. I think there are actually a few retailers that do that. And
There are a couple, but not a huge amount.
I believe
this
Great
is just-
Eastern Models also have a system as well. So,
And the final one.
is Dale still in, by the way? Because
Dale has just said
there he
yay.
is. So Dale, how's about that?
Hey, now. It's true this now, Mrs.
Can I
Charlie
have a-
Williams, great comedian.
Can I have a
Anyway, it is PVA J. Cloth Allen. Well done, mate. There you are.
Well.
Just checking for emails that aren't there. There you are. Well done, mate. Well done.
Can
Excellent.
I just say, actually, and it's like we don't play favourites here at all, but it's really good to see 2 people I know who've been avid watchers of the Monday Club for quite a lot of
Absolutely,
years.
yeah.
And it's really, really nice to see
Yeah.
that they've won some tickets. But if you are disappointed from entering but didn't win anything, do not worry, because, Craig, tell them about your 5 tickets that you're going to be
If
giving
you
away.
whip yourselves over to my channel after this stream, you'll find a video on there. And it's a bit Halloweeny for some reason. I don't know why I made it in a Halloween style lead. But you can win 5 tickets to get on my channel as well. All the information on how to enter my competition is on the video and in the video description. So you can win 5 tickets to get
5
from my
tickets
channel.
to
The winner will be
Jane
announced
Show.
on a live stream on the 1st of October at 6 PM on my channel, guys. So do be sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. What is that noise?
It's the Gronk.
Oh, good grief.
Is it meant to be like that?
I think it's because this is one that was very kindly sent into the channel. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it was like never used in the box, and it's got the backman scream in one direction. So I'm going to send it round the other way round.
So I'm just trying to find Craig's video so I can link it.
What have I done? Okay, yeah. Just find the video where everyone's angry.
It's
Just
not
follow
all of your
just follow.
videos.
There you go. Just follow the sound of angry manufacturers.
This is the one.
Yeah, that's me. Now
Share.
this is the one that tells you how to enter, guys. So
Yep.
This is the one. So have a crack at that.
Oh, no, sorry. Timberserve says, for those going to Gets this year, there is a YouTuber meet and greet 2 p.m. each day at Bar 3. Everyone welcome. And I will try and remember to go.
My goodness.
Somebody may have to remind me repeatedly because I'm very, very forgetful.
Depending how the show goes, I may already be at Bar 3 on the floor.
Happy Valley Hobby says, Gets is a bit of a drive from Vermont. Yeah, it is a bit.
Well, yeah.
Plus on the wrong side of the pond. Yeah, your
And you
car...
get wet as well, mate. You know.
It's not that far a drive if you go beyond
If
the
your
speed
car
limit.
is amphibious.
Yes, and your car can go on water.
Ham Shackleton says, I just got kicked off the website. Ooh.
Welcome back then.
Well done to the winners, says Richard Swiderski. Tim, I've read that one out. Madenstein Railway says, well, the speed limitation I mentioned is printed on the Gronk's tops plate, located on the door of the locomotive. Seen it several times when a Gronk was hauling on the Epping-Ongar Railway. And I guess they put that on the door so that you got no excuse saying, I didn't see it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've just got an email from the train line because I got the train over today and it was delayed. As I was on the train, it got delayed because there was flooding on the track ahead and I had to stop the train for 16 minutes. Train line, I've been refunded £1.28 for my delay. So
My goodness.
just what should I spend that £1.28 on, guys? You know, a buffer stop perhaps. You know,
1/2000th of a locomotive.
or 128 penny sweets, which you can't actually get anymore.
I know. It's so annoying.
Bit disappointing.
I don't like that prices keep changing. It confuses me. I don't like being confused.
Eventually, it gets to the point where they just change the currency again.
I honestly think at some point we'll end up with the new pound, and all they'll do is just knock a note off the end of all the
Yeah,
other
pretty
ones.
much. Yeah, so
Same
all
way
your
they
old
did in
pounds are.
France.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Yeah, they did that in France with the new franc.
Yeah,
And
it was worth 10 old francs.
Oh my God, what's-
Yeah, was it? Yeah, because the centime was like the 100th of a franc.
Yeah.
And it had become so worthless as to be almost forgotten about. And they kind of reintroduced it by doing that because what had once been a franc became 10 centimes.
Yeah.
Aren't saltines a cracker?
No.
No, that's saltine.
Oh, sorry.
Centime was.
Andy
the
Friars
French penny.
Junction says, "I'll find a way to get you to spend that, Craig."
I'm sure you will, mate. Yes, it's yours in good time. So
Yes, he's just keeping it warm
in good
for you.
time, mate, yes. I shall.
So I'm in Train to Mother showcases. They had a pick and mix at the Stafford show, filled the bag up, and it came to 16 quid.
Oh, I've done that before.
Has anybody ever worked out how much it would cost to fill the bag at the cinema all the way to the top?
Yes, because I spent £30 on a pick and mix at the cinema.
Oh my
once.
God.
Did you fill it to the top?
No. It was about a third of the way full.
Yeah. It's no, but I've always wondered that if you filled it to the top, how much would it cost?
Well, apparently, if you go see Beetlejuice at certain cinemas,
Yes.
and if you say to the person after ordering a normal popcorn, Beetlejuice, apparently you would get a free upgrade to a large popcorn.
Or just looked at very, very funny. So, Timbersurf says, many thanks to Simon Snow. Congrats to the winners. See you at the meet and greet.
I see there. Lad.
Is there going to be a Game Hammer Classic Gaming Monday Night Live tonight?
There is.
And what will you be playing
You're going to
tonight?
try and play Sonic 3 again, aren't you?
Tonight, I have a selection of PS2 games that I need to test, so we'll be playing those.
They're marvellous.
So
I
they
have,
will be
Death
being
Trap
requested
Dungeon
by
on the
necessity.
PlayStation 1, and one of our regulars has created a new game, so we'll be playing that as well.
On the PlayStation 2?
No, not on PS2.
RG Models 86
amazing
says,
if
I've
they
spent
did, though,
over
wouldn't it?
30 squids on a pick and mix in the past. Easily done.
Yeah.
Growler Blackwood N-Gauge layout says, right, time to pop off. Bit of modelling before bed. Look, it's been great having your company. Always an honour to have you guys here with
Next
us.
week we might have a virtual model railway exhibition because we have a large backlog of
we didn't
videos.
show any tonight. Sarah Davis says, I took a carrier bag to the cinema last night to see Shaun of the Dead and Empire Strikes Back. Didn't know they were showing them again. When to get my sweets out, wrong bag, had train stuff in it.
Oh, well,
Easily done when you... oof.
Yeah, so take care, everybody. We're not quite finished yet. Can I just say we've got 7 more minutes? Everybody's just going like, no, 2 or 3.
7 more minutes of
Before
chaos.
we go off then, shall we have a quick message from our sponsor?
Yeah, why not? Well, we will be back straight after these messages. The Monday Club is proudly sponsored by TMC, the Model Centre. Check them out at themodelcentre.com. The website features extensive stocks of new models as well as selective pre-owned items where you can track down that bargain you've always wanted. Pre-order with confidence all of the forthcoming models from all the manufacturers. TMC also offer a renumbering and renaming service so you can get the exact identity of locomotive that you want. Why not also check out their value weathering or go for something incredibly special with their bespoke service where you can choose from a more extensive weathered look right through to custom graffiti either off the peg or to a design of your choice. Check out TMC today at themodelcentre.com and start your model journey. So there we are. Big, huge thank you to TMC, the Model Centre, for sponsoring the Monday Club. They are your first choice for new and used, and also for upgrading your models with renumbering, custom weathering, and the like. So do check them out. The link down below. Happy Valley Hobby says PS2 game that has to be tested.
I have to test all of my games to make sure that I don't need to take them back to town to get them cleaned up, de-scratched, and all of that.
Yeah, Harriet
because
says,
I'm a massive collector and a freaking nerd.
Yeah, Harriet says, got to go. Going to Folkestone Model Railway Exhibition this Saturday at the Lees Cliff Hall in Folkestone. See you next week. Dave Scott Railway says, if you were at Shildon this weekend, come and say hello at Locomotion Models. Absolutely. Madden Steam Rail says a lot of older locomotives and diesel multiple units have a sticker on the driver's door giving the driver information on the locomotive they're driving. And I think the reason they stick it on the door, it's the same way that they do with a lot of things. It's so that if something goes wrong, they go, well, didn't you see it? We put it on the door. Clearly you weren't paying attention. Ham Shackleton says, can't find the link to the club wagons on the Facebook Monday Club page.
I'll just quickly get it.
So we're just going to quickly grab that and share that in the chat. But yeah... We've talked a bit about regrets and big wins. A lot of people actually talking about that in the chat.
Regrets, I've had a few, but then again, too few to mention, really.
Yeah, I think usually it's you embark on a project.
Yeah, you haven't actually linked it.
Well, I think I probably
So
trusted you to.
Well, then you're the idiot, aren't you? Trusting me
you
to
need
do
to
things.
pin it. Right, so anyway, meanwhile, back at the ranch, that's getting sorted. But no, to go back to the Lowmac, for me, that's been... we talked a bit about this earlier on, the fact that it's there as an impulse purchase.
I love it. And I've got to say, it was so... It brought back something which has been missing, was from this hobby for a long time for me, is something new there and then, and I can go and get it.
And I think that's probably... I mean, you said that Ellis, when you were in the shop, was saying, actually, it's been a lot more interest than even he was expecting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I suspect part of that is that kind of immediacy.
I mean, you have to literally jump in the van and go to the warehouse to bring more stuff to the shop. So
yeah.
That speaks volumes, I think.
And also, I mean, they're Ellis Clark trains, I believe they are at Great Electric Train Show.
They are indeed, yes. They are.
So it will be an opportunity, 2 weeks' time, to grab yourself one of the Lowmacs. What I would say is that some of the liveries are very popular. Satlink, I think, because it's just like, ooh, shiny. That's proven a popular livery. But I'm guessing that if you're worried about them selling out, then you do need to get yourself over to Is it Ellis Clark Trains or Clark Railworks?
Clark Railworks is the double O gauge stuff. Ellis Clark Trains would be the O gauge stuff.
So
this is
Clark Railworks, and have yourself get them ordered. I don't know whether it will have an option that you can order and pay for them and then just pick them up at Get.
Well, I think that's something to ask.
Give them a call. Give them a call. Tell them Jenny
friendly.
sent you.
And Andy makes a very good cup of tea as well.
Yeah, a lot of the model shops do actually. Actually, if you go to Arcadia Models, did Tim give you a cup of tea there?
No, I wasn't feeling so well when I visited you.
But did he offer?
He did indeed.
He did offer,
yes,
yeah.
he said, "Do iron horses drink coffee?" Well, we do, but not today because I'll wee myself.
So, did he know who you were when you rocked up?
Did he know who I were? Yes, of course he knew who I were.
Did he go? Well, hello, Craig.
Well,
yes,
first and foremost,
I'll just go and get the Glade air freshener.
The red carpet was out first and foremost, so it was nice to see. Yes.
All right, and as
I walked in the shop, petals were thrown at my feet, because it was lovely.
And then you got in, and they went, "Oh, sorry, thought you were somebody else. Could you skedaddle?"
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's pretty much how it went down.
Yeah. Actually, Nick at Bletchley High Level says buffers, as in Axminster, are well known for their coffee and tea.
Isn't that the one that Charlie goes to?
I'm
sure he's
Happy Valley Hobby says, when does this live stream start? Eastern Standard Time. Right, the we're on currently. Are we on GMT?
We're
still?
GMT +1.
So
we'll
at the
GMT
moment,
soon.
So we're currently on GMT +1, is where we are. So when we say 7 o'clock, that's at GMT +1. So you'll have to add on how many more you need to get up to. I don't know what Eastern Standard Time is. But the Gamehammer Classic Gaming Retro live stream happens immediately after this. So not on the same channel, but what you will get is a prompt to move straight over. It will take you automatically to the Gamehammer Classic Gaming channel.
Okay, 7 p.m. in British summertime is 2 p.m. on Eastern Time.
Oh, there you go. That's
marvellous.
There we go.
Yeah, SHG.
I like that from SHGP Media. Whatever time it is now, take 2 hours off. Right, guys, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It has been quite a show.
It has.
And we'll have to have a virtual model railway exhibition next time.
I think when we're enjoying ourselves, it does hopefully come across really well. And it from our point of view, it feels like it's like 5 minutes since we started. I know that probably somebody sat there going, "It feels like an age."
It does.
I only kept through it because I really wanted tickets, and then
Well, that's fair enough.
I only kept through it because I was sticking nails in my feet.
yeah. I only kept going because I'm making notes. It's like, oh, is there anything I can complain about?
Yes, probably many things.
Yeah.
Thank you, disembodied voice. You're welcome.
That is the Cupboard Monkey.
Hello.
Monkey of Madness.
I have a hand, and that's about all you'll ever see.
Yes. Warbler Productions, thank you for the show. And to finally win something, catch you all next week. Absolutely.
Shake your hands, Motheroo.
And what?
My private registration. Well, yeah. If you read that out.
Oh,
you
dear.
naughty boy!
Oh dear.
Yes, indeed.
It could be even worse. You could your private number plate could be WA11KER.
Thankfully, it's not.
Yeah. But there you go. I did once actually. We did see we were in Cambridge and it was on a motorbike and it was B19 NOB. And all we could think was, I bet he's got a small one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes.
Walker, yes, Sarah.
Castle
well
Hill
done,
Light Railway. That is incredibly late. Oh, evening all, they say. Gandalf, tell them.
Monday clubber is never late to the wagons, nor are they early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
Thanks, Gandalf. And final comment here. Malco Blue says, just got my Monday Club badge. Oh,
Fantastic.
Brilliant. Don't forget, they are still available. They are selling incredibly well.
Yeah, running out.
We are getting low, but I think there are still going to be a few left that we can take with us to Great Electric Train Show, as long as there's not a rush in the next week or two.
Please let there be a rush so I don't
thank you
remember
so
to
much,
pack stuff.
JL Railways. Have very kindly donated
Thank
$4.99 on
you.
the Super Chat. Says, great show, Jenny and Zoe. Craig, see you all next week. Thank you so much. Valley Hobby says, do you have the link for the next live stream? Basically, you'll get a prompt. When this one ends, you'll get a prompt. You hit the button and it'll just take you straight over.
As for the next live stream of this, we tend to put it up either Sunday night or Monday sometime.
Yeah, so the best thing to do is subscribe to the channel and just keep an eye on notifications and you will get notified.
Right, take care, guys. I'm going to head off ski.
So the Monkey of Madness is heading off, and just got time for us to say thank you very much for joining us. It's been an absolute honour to have your company, and Craig, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
It's always fun when you're here.
Craig, thank you for surviving.
Thank you for surviving. Yes. Can I go home now? Am I free? Am I free?
No, you have to join Les in the Whittling dungeon.
Of course. Yes.
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 So,
But until next time, guys.
You guys take care, and for those people who've won tickets instantly, what we do is we pass your details on to Key Model World, who are running the Great Electric Train Show, and they should be in contact. If they're not, then just
then let us know and
let
we'll
us
sort
know
it
and
out.
we'll hassle them. But you guys take great care of yourself. And David Baker, you are so late. Says I'm a few minutes late today. Have I missed anything?
Yes, everything.
A Monday clubber is never late to the wagons.
New
Nor are they
model.
early. They arrive precisely when they mean to.
At 1 minute to 10 o'clock this morning, we didn't even know these were coming out. So there you go.
I love it.
I love it. Yeah.
Well played, Ellis Clark trains. Well
So
done.
anyway, you guys take great care of yourself. Happy modelling, and bye for now.
Bye-bye.
The train now departing is the 21:05 service to Craig's Railway, stopping at Grove Street Yard, Millith Tatis, Tatis Newith, Buxton on File, Huggleton on the Hill, Packham on the Back, all change at 3 cocks for Lord Hereford's Knob, Eindhoven, Pittsburgh somehow, Butts farting, somewhere else that Jen didn't actually name because it's the old unnamed now that Jen said had a name and then didn't have a name.
Scratch upon sniffing.
Scratch 'em on Sniffin. And then on to Craig's Railway. That's the 21:05 service to Craig's Railway. If you go up to the loft today, you're sure of a big surprise. If you go up to the loft today, you'll never believe your eyes. For every train there ever was has gathered there together because today's the day that Jenny does the Monday Club. Good night.
Monday Club for everyone. So come on and join the
Your bum
fun.
and sniff and say yum yum. I don't know. There's lyrics. I don't care. Bye bye. I'm off to set up for games.
Oh, we've got a tumble of clowns.
Welcome to the game zone. We've got lots of games.
Oh my god.
Excuse me, people. Still getting over the illness that we had the other week. down. I'll just pass this down. Are you live yet? Okay. Let me know when. How you doing? Thank you, Ham Shackleton. That's really kind of you to share the link for the Monday Club wagons. There's an O-gauge coal wagon, and there's also the double O-gauge rec tank. Both of these are being provided via Daypol. We have we bought them, but they are being commissioned from Daypol. First time that we've gone for another scale other than double O. They are strictly limited, and the O-gauge one is particularly limited, so do make sure that you order to avoid missing out. I'm live. So, I've just heard that the Cupboard Monkey is going live with Gamerhammer Classic Gaming, so just got time for me to say thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. And don't forget to hit that like button, consider sharing the stream to social media. And if you haven't already done so, do subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to know about new videos, including the live stream. Oh, big hello, J94, just seeing you in there in the chat. But it's been great having your company. Until next time, take care.